Welcome back. We have Mike Putnam with us. He is a phenomenal photographer, and this is one of the places you visit often, right, Elk Lake?
It is. It's one of the many beautiful places in the Central Oregon area, and it's always rewarding. Even if I don't shoot that day, it's got some stunning scenery, so it's one of my favorites.
So you're a photographer, but you have a pretty easy backdrop in Central Oregon. I mean, anywhere you go, any time of year.
I have a gorgeous backdrop.
Yeah.
There's always something to shoot, and there's such tremendous natural diversity in the Central Oregon area that we're just rich with visual opportunities around here.
Mike, when did you go from just loving photography to being a professional?
About 10 years ago, I made that transition to really wanting to make it my life.
How do you know, though? How is it? What's the moment where you're like, this is it, I can be a professional?
When you get a paycheck? Is that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
paychecks certainly help.
Wow.
It's gradual. You know, there isn't a green light that goes on. Essentially, it builds over time. You build your portfolio. You get better images that are more worthy of representing these beautiful areas. And once you reach a certain critical mass, you realize, wow, I think I'm actually there. And collectors buy more prints and get more prints for themselves and tell friends, and you have more display locations. So it accumulates over time. There's no black and white to it, which makes it more difficult.
Yeah. Well, in this digital age, I know we're guilty of it. Everywhere I go, I'm snapping off pictures with my phone, and most of the novice photographers are using digital, but you still use film.
I still use film. It's slower, it's a little more deliberate, it's a meticulous style of shooting, but I can create really large prints that have ultra fine detail. And frankly, I like the artistic aspect of creating art with something that I feel is artistic. My camera's old. It's wooden.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's some elegance about it, I think. You know, it's just my opinion. But the bottom line is it allows me to create prints that I couldn't do with modern digital technology still. I'm sure NASA has a camera that's got as much resolution as my old film camera, but it's just not cost effective for, you know, a regular working artist like myself.
Do you look at some of those digital pictures now, and some of them look so fake? I mean, I'm guilty of doing it on my phone with the filters on them. I mean, is that part of what you're talking about, the artistic side? Because you actually have to capture that versus us who go, oh, I'm going to throw this frame on it and a little bubble note on the side.
You're exactly right. There's lots of people that use digital, and I think they really over-manipulate things, and it doesn't look like it looked when you were at that location. And that's something that it's always troubled me. We live in such a beautiful place. Why overdo it? Why not just capture it at its best, the way it looked naturally, versus pushing and darkening skies and making things look really phony?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's distasteful for me.
What's your favorite time of year here?
You know,
to shoot pictures?
Every season is beautiful in Central Oregon, but this may surprise you, I really love autumn. There's so many areas that are really saturated with color, and there's so much diversity between riparian areas along the Metolius River or the Deschutes River, McKenzie Pass, Santiam Pass, Tumalo Falls area, Shovelin Park area. There's a ton of really gorgeous fall color in Central Oregon, and I think it's really underrated. And I also like the aromas in the air. That smell of decaying leaves gives a richness that I really love.
Do photographers here ever go out with other photographers, or is it kind of a solo mission? You go out there with your camera and you don't really want, it's like fishing, you don't want someone else in your spot?
It's sort of an intimate thing, so you want to be with someone that you really have fun being with versus just a stranger who happens to have a camera.
An angry photographer.
Yeah, it'd be
Bob's coming
it'd be
again.
like any other activity. I don't think I want to go on a long hike with a stranger who's really grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have photographer friends that I go out with. Rarely do I go out with someone that is not a close friend, because it's like any other activity. I'd rather it be pleasant conversation and laugh along the way than be too serious or irritable.
Yeah, and you're taking a lot of patience to wait for the right shot too.
Oh, exactly.
So you're gonna be out there for a while.
Yeah, when I shoot it, it takes a while to compose and set up and wait for the wind to stop and get things just perfect. And so other photographers tend to be more patient than, say, my wife or daughter, who don't really want to wait for me to compose and take an hour and a half to
Your daughter's
shoot.
snapping away on her iPhone. Like,
Exactly.
let's go, Dad. I got that shot.
I think I got it, Dad.
Huh.
Where can we get your pictures?
The best way to order pictures is online through me. My website, MikePutnamPhoto.com, has plenty of contact information, my phone number. You can see my images in display locations around Central Oregon, but you need to call me to actually buy prints and order the size that you like.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh,
I'm sure
thanks.
people are going to love seeing your stuff around town.
Well, thanks
Well,
for
I
having
know a
me.
lot of people have seen it around town
Oh, yeah.
too. So
Well,
yeah,
that's-
thanks.
yeah.
It's great.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back.